Welcome back to your Yankees Latest. I'm your host, John Laloggia. Yanks season unfortunately ends. They lose 5-2 to the Blue Jays. They lose the series 3-1. It's over. Season is done. And it's disappointing. I think we were all really excited when Judge hit that home run the other night, and we thought they were going to get back in this series. They just couldn't do it. And I'll walk through the game a little bit, but the issues were the issues that unfortunately plagued them all year. I thought Schlittler was fantastic. He did give up a base hit to Guerrero in the first inning, but Schlittler is going to be a huge part of this rotation going forward. Hanging sort of like slider cutter and credit Guerrero, he went to right field and smoked it to get an RBI. Bellinger, makes a good catch. McMahon, of all people, ties the game in the third with a solo shot. Just yanks it down the line for a very Yankee home run. And then Schlittler was fantastic tonight. He was really, really good. He exits the game, in the sixth, he exits the game 2-1. Credit Goldschmidt for a nice double play. I think playing him at first base and prioritizing defense is really, really important for this team. We're going to get to that in a second. Judge was good again. You can't say that he wasn't. But, Jazz had a tough night. Didn't really get it going offensively. And, Schlittler in the top of the seventh, this is a huge play, and I think this was the tipping point for the game, and we'll get into that, is the defense betrays the Yankees again. This has been a team that's been up and down all year. They really haven't been good running the bases defensively, playing a clean game, and it's 2-1, top of the seventh. Schlittler's dealing really, really good. This is an inning double play. He throws a good fastball outside to Jimenez, and this is a double play. Goes right to Jazz. Easy double play. Cannot make the play. Runners advance. And then, Williams comes in. That forces Schlittler out. Jimenez steals second. And then, Nathan Lucas two-run single just really blew the game open. And again, a high fastball, missed a spot. Williams gives up a base hit. So again, Williams was not good this year. He gives up a couple extra runs. The defense hasn't been good this year. Chisholm makes an error at second base, a huge error at second base that would have ended the inning. So the fundamentals. They don't play good defense. They had a very inconsistent bullpen, other than Bednar, who they got at the trade deadline. And this is kind of who this team is. We kind of knew it all year. Kind of know. You're like, this team, I love them, but they definitely have some flaws. And against a team like the Jays, you're going to lose those games. The Yankees get shut down by the Blue Jays bullpen. The Blue Jays also don't strike out usually. They struck out 11 times in game 3, but other than that, they put pressure on you all the time. They steal bases. They are relentless. They do not strike out. They make contact, and their bullpen was fantastic. Jeff Hoffman escaped a huge bases loaded jam. When they got the bases loaded, Austin Wells comes up and then flies out to left field. And I don't think John Schneider, even though I was like, he blew his bullpen in game 3, I was a little worried about that. But, Guerrero making plays at first base defensively. They play good defense. They're just a better team. They're just an overall better team. They play better defense. They have a more consistent bullpen. Credit Judge. He ripped an RBI single in the bottom of the ninth to make the game 5-2. He had a good postseason. This is not on Judge at all. He delivered. He did a really great job. It was the inconsistency of the bullpen, and frankly, it was the inconsistency of the rest of the lineup to hit. But when you live and die by the home run, and this is how this team is constructed, and a lot of Yankee analysts have said the same thing. When you live and die by the home run and you do not prioritize base running, defense, and not striking out, making contact, you are susceptible to losing series like this. This is how they lost the World Series last year. This is how they lost this series this year. They got beat by a better team that is more fundamentally sound, that has a more consistent bullpen, that makes more contact than the Yankees. Credit, the Yankees hit more home runs and outscore everyone. But when you're facing elite pitching and you are facing constant matchups with a variety of moves from a smart manager and the other team, you're not going to be hitting home runs all the time. It's just a smaller sample size. You've got to figure out other ways to score runs and manufacture runs, except, without using the home run. The Yankees, I thought they would have learned their lesson last year, losing to the Dodgers in the way that they did, and they didn't. They had essentially the same team all year. And I do credit Cashman for trying to get bullpen help with Bednar and defensive help with McMahon, but still, Jazz is not great. He's not great defensively. Volpe was not great at all defensively this year. They have a variety of issues with errors. Ben Rice was, had a great season, but he was not great at first base. And they have a lot of issues. And these things did not get cleaned up. And this is the reason that they lost. This is the reason that they're going home. The Toronto Blue Jays are moving on. The better team won the series. You cannot outslug in the playoffs. You can't always count on home runs. But what you can count on is fundamentals, good defense, base running, and not striking out. Just making contact, especially against a team who is not great defensively. And that's what the Blue Jays did. They poked and prodded and pressured the Yankees to see if they'd make a mistake, and they did. Chisholm's error at second base was huge. Huge. That was an inning double play. You keep Schultner in the game, you keep the game 2-1, I think it's a different ball game, and things changed after that. Similar to Barger's error in Game 3 when he dropped that pop-up, even though I thought it was Schneider's ball in left field, you felt the momentum change, and what happens? Judge hits a 3-run bomb to tie the game, and that changed the game. Jazz's error last night changed the game. And it's frustrating because this is one of the issues that's plagued this team all year. And they did not have a consistent bullpen. Weaver was up and down this year. Cruz at times was up and down this year. Williams was not good at all this year and used a ton. They just didn't have a consistent bullpen. I thought their Fried and Rodon weren't particularly good this series, but they have a very good starting staff. In the playoffs, you just need a more consistent bullpen. They didn't have it. So all of those issues that we saw all year, unfortunately, came back to haunt them in this series. That is a wrap. It has been a long season. It's been fun. There's been ups. There's been downs. We've had some laughs. We've had some cries. But I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who's reached out and said that they really enjoy the show, comments, people engaging. I really appreciate it. It has been a joy to do this all year. I will miss you. Thank you so much for all the feedback and support. Enjoy the off season. Relax. Do something fun, take your mind off this, and then it will be February Pitchers and Catchers Report before you know it. I appreciate everyone listening. Thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you soon. This has been your last 2025 Yankees Latest. I'm your host, John Laloggia. Enjoy the offseason, and I'll see you down the road. Take care. Bye-bye.